One other area I just want to cover with you, and that's the whole area of pensions. It was brought up a couple of times here. But, you know, in the past, basically we had a defined benefit program for people. And then that has morphed into all kinds of other things. And the defined benefit plans have gone down. It's interesting to note that as the defined benefit plans have been attacked and changed, the management has instituted unique kinds of retirement programs for senior executives. They're called deferred compensation plans, which are nothing more or less than a defined benefit program. So they get the defined benefits, but the workers don't. Congressman Miller on the House side and I have introduced legislation that basically says if a company provides any kind of a deferred compensation plan for its executives, it must provide for a defined benefit plan for its workers. The other issue is fee disclosures, fees. And a lot of times people, you know, when you say, well, a fee is 0.5% or 1.5% for the administration of a 401k plan, you don't think that that's a big deal. But here's what it means. If a 35-year-old invested $20,000 in a 401k plan for 30 years, paying 0.5% in fees, the fee is 0.5% for administrative costs, that person would have $132,287 for retirement. But if the fees were 1.5%, and that doesn't sound like a big deal, 1.5%, the amount available for retirement is only $99,000. A 25% reduction in retirement for just a 1% increase in fees. And a lot of these 401k plans out there have fees of 2%, 2.5%. It's all over the place. We need to make sure that when 401k plans are provided, that the fees are disclosed and what it means in the difference on those fees, going from 0.5% to 1% to 1.5% to 2%, what that would mean in the employee's benefit program at the end. Now, the Bush administration proposed rules on fee disclosures, but we've looked at those. I've had my staff go through those. And quite frankly, it leaves loopholes big enough that the employer's plan can hide up to 90% of the assessed fees. I hope, Congresswoman, that you will take a look at these proposed rules and come up with rules that basically would disclose all of these fees so that people know what it means. If they have a plan that is 1.5% fees or one that's 0.5%, they would know what the difference would be in their benefits at retirement time. So I implore you to take a look at these regulations, their proposed rules. I think they need to be reworked, and I would hope that you would take a look at the legislation that both Congressman Miller and I have introduced. And any thoughts that you have on that, I would appreciate.
Thank you, Senator Harkin. I, too, agree with much of what you have said in light of what has happened in the stock market and the value of our pension plans for many Americans and the devalue that has occurred. I, too, would like to see more attempt at disclosure and transparency and want to work with you and other members of this committee. I've worked in the past with Congressman Miller on this and supported legislation to that effect and would hope that we could review those regulations once they come out, if I am confirmed, and have the opportunity to tighten up those loopholes that might seriously disadvantage those current retirees or folks that are hanging on to those plans right now.
Thank you very much, Congressman. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.